Season 51, War number 6. So we're at the midpoint of the season. The bands are Kate Bishop, Null, Maestro, Moleman, and Crossbones, and we have matched Chaos this war. And my team for today is going to be Onslaught, America Chavez, and Vox. And this is largely a Vox war because he's going to get 6 fights, 4 of them being mini-bosses. So I'm really excited to show you how those go. We're going to start today on Path 6 against this Attuma on, obviously, Node 6, and this is a pretty simple Onslaught fight. I am going to manage Combat Deja Vu Prowess, while also trying to not parry too much, because yes, I am aware that Onslaught will place a passive stun, but I also just want to keep his concussions managed if possible, just because on the off chance I somehow take a hit, I don't want to lose like a billion health because he has so many concussions and it's just gonna hurt very hard. So we're just gonna manage his concussions as well as I can, as well as prowess. This is my only Onslaught fight, so I really don't care about chip damage. I just don't want to die. So yeah, I'm just baiting his SB1s, playing it safe, going from for the heavy counter and stuff like that. Just baiting heavies of my own when I need to weave in a heavy attack, obviously. There, I didn't even mean to parry, so I'm like, well, I guess he's just gonna have a bunch of concussions now. That's fine. I obviously have the non-contact hits and such. It's just annoying because I obviously wanted to keep those low for what I said earlier, but it doesn't matter because we just dropped the SB2, the Daunted damage kicks in, the degen damage kicks in, and he's just completely annihilated, so there we go. Next up, we're fighting Scorpion on Node 15. This is just a kind of a diversity placement, or not diversity placement, but a path splitting placement. And it's a really easy fight for Vox. You just kind of get clarity and then the fight's over, especially if you can deck Scorpion special attacks, which I'm pretty good at. So we are going to be going for an SP1 in a moment. I was going to like bait a special attack, and then I was like, you know what, his health is going down really fast, so I'll just drop the degens now. Doesn't matter too much. He also just doesn't really feel like throwing a special, but then he finally does, so it didn't really take that long. I get the counter, and I almost thought I was a little bit late on the counter, because he does recover relatively fast, but yeah, we ended up full healthing that fight, so pretty proud of how that one went. But next we're fighting Hulkbuster on Node 26, which is also largely a path splitting placement. He does benefit from the nodes here, obviously, but I don't know. This fight is gonna go very badly. So here I'm trying to bait a special. He just keeps throwing his lights in the air, and I'm just, dude, stop throwing lights in the air. And then I get caught on dashback eventually. I'm just like, I was trying to bait your SP1, and what's gonna happen is when he armor breaks me with a special, that's gonna count as removing one of Vox's buffs. So I take self damage, and I wouldn't have an armor if I didn't get hit when I was just trying to bait a special. So that's cool. Now we're taking much of shock damage, and then I get caught on a dashback once again. I'm at like below 10% now. I have my degens taking. I'm just like, okay, I need these to kill. Like, I just 100% need these degens to kill. And they're gonna kill. But never have I come closer to dying to a path fight in the Clarity meta. I haven't died to a path fight in like 3 seasons, and that was almost the first one. That was one of the worst fights I've ever done in the Clarity meta. So, wow, that was not good, but luckily we didn't die, so it's fine. Next up, we're fighting Maestro on Node 35. Pretty easy Chavez fight, because she kind of just hard counters him. She's obviously good for Maestro in general, and then you can just kind of control the Rich Get Richer node with her negative zones and such, so once I have 2 of them up, now I just worry about getting the other dimensions up for extra damage and stuff like that. And then, yeah, we're glancing, but we're still doing a bunch of damage through the glance anyway. And then obviously special attacks cannot glance, so we just go for a heavy drop it, and then it just, we get some crits, all right, dude. Those were crazy. And then I get him with the relic, and then he dies right after. So yeah, those crits were pretty nutty. I think that's my first time taking rank 3 Chavez to war, so that went really nice. I'm very happy for that one. Alright, next up we're going to fight Prowler. This is my first mini, and he's on node 37. This was the first war where I did the assignments completely by myself, and I did get a tip from my co-planner that, you know, this fight, just send a miss counter, and I was like, oh, I'll just send myself with a Vox, so it should go pretty well. He did auto-block me there, but then he let his guard down so I could get the last clarity hit, which was nice. And here, obviously, I can't counter miss until I get that SP2 Vigilance, but we're gonna get there pretty fast, and I really don't care about the regen too much, because if I don't kill him in one cycle, he's gonna be very low anyway, and then we'll be able to just place another cycle really quick. So I'm gonna give myself a little bit more power, drop the SP2, and then he has 19 degens on him. I can counter his special attacks now, which is great. That falter means nothing. Get the pause, and just want to keep playing aggressive, gain those furies during the degens, because I said this before, but not in this video, I've said it on a different video, but Vox's degens scale with the amount of attack you currently have, and not the amount of attack you had when you placed them. So it's pretty cool how they work that way. But so that's why you want to play aggressive during the degens, because not only do you get furies to increase them, but you also have the sig ability, which is going to increase them for each scythe hit that you use. So anyway, a few fun Vox facts there. But yeah, at the end I forgot that I didn't have vigilance anymore. But Involved made it to where I didn't really lose a lot of health, so I'll take it. And yeah, we're gonna fight Mysterio on node 44 next. They banned Maestro, obviously, who would be taking this fight, but no, banned. So I was like, you know, I can assign myself the Vox. I'm confident enough. This was the mini I was scared about the most this entire war, just because it's hazard shift, so it's a bunch of stuff can go wrong when you're not double immune. And there I get parried, so that's really bad. I was slow, totally on me. But at this point, the reason I used a Power Start 1 is because in stun immune matchups, you want to be playing Vox where you throw a special 1 to start the fight, because then you get the Undermine and you don't have to worry about building clarity when they're not stunned, because that 15% chance to auto block is more like a 50. So I just don't want to build clarity when I can't stun the opponent. And there, I eat the SP1, and then immediately after, I forget about Damage Reflect, and I drop my SP2 into his Damage Reflect. So now I'm at 23%, and I need these degens to kill him, but I also can't play aggressive right now because he's in the Incinerate phase. So they are still ticking very hard, and they are going to kill him, but holy crap, that was almost the biggest brain fart that I have ever had. Yeah, I just played that fight really badly. But we didn't die again, so sheesh, man. I need to like get my brain to work better, but it's okay. So next up we're gonna fight Guardian on node 37. This was the mini I was most confident in fighting, because I've done this one before. The other ones I don't remember if I've done before. I think I did that Mysterio before, but it's just kind of like I get to the SP2. I have the Vigilance at that point, and so the main threat of the node is kind of gone, but you know, it's still a Guardian who has a lot of specials to throw, so it is still a little scary. Anyway, we just don't want to push him to SP2 because I don't want to risk eating that somehow, because that would instantly kill me, like instantly kill me, especially when he has 14 force field charges. So we dropped this SP2. I have a lot of degens because I dexed him so many times, so I had a bunch of dex buffs, and yeah, we got a bunch of degens, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get the pause, but that's okay. They still do a lot of damage, and then I'm going to lock them back into intensifies. So at this point, I just need to bait special attacks. Again, I'm not going to push him to SP2 just for safety purposes. And here, he doesn't really feel like throwing it, but it's all good. We have plenty of clarity, and then I just get another stack right there. Vox is like the king of getting clarity charges because he gets them on almost every hit, and even more if you have dex buffs ready to convert into corrupted precisions. So we drop the degens, and I can just basically do nothing, and then they'll finish him off. Because yeah, 51 is insane, so yeah, that fight is over. And then we're going to finish the war off with Arcade on node 49. And just like Mysterio, I need a Power Star 1 for this fight, because I can't ramp Clarity with Stun Immune safely, and also just so I can actually throw a special attack in this fight, because I'm going to need to at least place one degen to actually benefit from Polka Dot Power, so I can't place a degen until I actually get a special attack to begin with. So that's how we get it, and then yeah, I have Clarity, so the fight is pretty good at this point. I'm going to just take a lot of blocked hits, except for during his special attacks, because I'm going to go for the dex. For his special ones, at least. Like here, I like to do this, where I dash in, and then I'm away from the cloud, and then I get a bunch more dex buffs, and he has an auto block, but that doesn't matter, because I have Clarity. And then we just get the full dex like that, farm plenty of dex buffs, and I just want to get as many as possible, so that when I drop this SP1, I am confident that they're going to kill. And we go for it with 28 of them, and that should be enough, especially if I just play moderately aggressive. So here he throws his SP1, and then I get the dex, and then, yeah, he's dead, so I'm going to finish it off with a heavy attack for style points, and that is going to be my War 6. So, midway through this season, I've only had one death this season, which I'm pretty happy about. Unfortunately, the death I did have was a death against a fight that I should have never assigned myself, so planning error on my part. Yeah, so I won't have a deathless season or anything, but I am happy so far with how this is going, and we did lose the war because of time, which always is very frustrating. So that puts us at 3-3 on the season, and we are definitely not in Masters at the moment, but hopefully we can build our way back up in the second half of the season and eventually grab that Masters title for the second season in a row. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.